and yours.
Okay.
Look at the wonderful treatment I get, huh? Don't I get wonderful treatment?
Wow. It's interesting to watch.
Well, as you mentioned, this is a Dallas, Texas car.
Really?
And it
Yeah.
was built in 1914 and came here in 1954. And it has only just one season of operation.
Right.
So for 98 of the 99 years, it's been running on the track. So it's a little workhorse.
Still running.
Still running pretty much in its original condition. We've redone the seats and put some paint on the floor, and you know, that's pretty much it.
The original ad?
These are the original ads. Car came right out of service. So these are original ads.
In French, they used to call these tramways the shaw, like small cars, and the trains were the big cars.
Yeah.
Charlie goes.
Well, in Montreal, because we have 3 passenger cars from the Montreal, the city railway, and we have 2 green ones and a cream one.
A cream one.
And the 2 green ones, if you were, back in the day, 40s, 50s, and you were looking to get on a streetcar, if you saw a green streetcar in Montreal, you knew to get on in the back door because it had a conductor. If you saw a cream-colored car in Montreal, you knew to get on the front door because it was a one-man car. You couldn't get on in the back. So that was the 2 paint schemes in Montreal, cream and green. And that told you where to get on.
You know what? One interesting fact. They discovered that exercise was good for the heart in the 1940s and 50s, because they did some studies, some patrolling bus drivers, I don't know which city, but they discovered that the bus driver ran in the bus upstairs, that he had no heart problems, and besides the other one, they had heart problems. That's what they discovered. In Framingham, your boss, Framingham, they did a big study there.
Yeah, Framingham, yeah.
Framingham study still running.
Yeah, I know where that is.
434 answering. .434D with Morrison Hill by Talbot Park, large green paddle.
Take some pictures of the app.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, in Montreal we still have the track
Okay.
under the asphalt.
Under the asphalt.
Yeah, the track is still there.
I'm impressed by that rubber-tired subway.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah, we're supposed to have next year. We're supposed to have new wagon for the subway.
Okay.
Because the one we have is from 1967
Oh, wow.
and
Oh,
19 in the 70s. The
Wow.
newest.
Yeah,
So it will be a great improvement.
it's always stuck.
Yeah.
Okay, if I could ask you to remain seated when the car's moving, please. And I'll give you an opportunity at the other end if you want to take any more photographs of the ads or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
Okay?
Is it
Thank
just
you.
you? You don't have a conductor?
One-man car, but you're the conductor, you're the tour guide, you're the person doing all the talking.
Okay.
If you're happy with that?
Taxi driver.
Does this guy came with the bus? One of my uncles
locomotive back here. This is an electric locomotive for Street Railways, and that is from Oshawa, Ontario. We have a lot of Canadian equipment here. Now, when we had the accident on the bridge, the Royal Canadian
Come this way.
Mounted
Come this way.
Police officer that came out and dealt with us on the bridge. I looked at him and then I heard him talk. I'm like,
Just mind the grease.
"You're from Quebec?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "What are you doing here?" "Oh, they move us around every 4 years, so he's stationed on Quebec. He's from Quebec." He's like, "Well, how'd you know I was from Quebec?" "My family's from Quebec." Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I would imagine I'm related to a lot of carriers. My grandfather was one of 14. So who knows where those branches went?
You heard about the name they Rosier?
Which one?
They Rosier? My grandfather was a little bit.
Oh, okay.
They Rosier.
One of the big names here was Gregoire. And the other name that was in my family, that married into my family, was Hussey. Yeah, that's French.
Your name is the driver.
He's British.
British.
Oh, that's the driver. Let's have a smile from you.
Busy now.
He'll turn around at some point.
Anybody made attempted suicide on this railroad? Anybody attempted suicide on this railroad?
Probably not this one. Happens a lot in places.
Shaking it.
Yeah, it's got a little rattle here.
We're gonna
This track was all laid by volunteers.
okay.
And, but this is the original right-of-way of the Atlantic Shoreline. And this was a trolley company that operated from 1904 to 1927. And it took you from Pennymonkport up to Biddeford.
What's the driver?
Yeah, this is how he gets the power. Each notch allows more electricity into the motor.
Same kind of protocol that was used in San Francisco, going up and down the road.
We have one of those. That's a cable car. We have a cable car here. Yeah. That's why I wear my French hat. I'm not 100% French though. French Canadian. 50% French Canadian. My dad is 100% French Canadian, but he married an Italian woman.
Your dad speaks French?
He knows a little French. Believe it or not, my girlfriend, she took French in school. So she knows French. And when we went to, I was amazed how much French is up in Prince Edward Island and New Brunswick. And all the signs are in French and English. And you can Park Loop, and the right-of-way continues on to Biddeford. We own the right-of-way all the way to Biddeford.
Okay.
This
but
one?
This track over here.
Those Biddeford?
Yep. That was the right-of-way for the Atlantic Shoreline trolleys that once ran here. Back in the 90s, the Talbot family, this was another farm. They had the Talbot farm and the Gregoire farm. The Talbot family donated this piece of land so that we could build a loop. Because we have a lot of cars that only have controllers on one end. And that would be the Montreal cars. You know, our Montreal cars only have controls at one end. And we call it park because back in the turn of the 20th century, especially in a mill city, like you take like a Boston or some of the smaller mill cities like like a Manchester, New Hampshire, or a Haverhill or Lawrence, Mass. Everybody worked in the mills 6 days a week.
Yeah.
On that seventh day of Sunday, nobody wanted to do anything. They wanted to rest and go to church, and that was pretty much it. But the trolley car companies were losing their shirt on Sunday because nobody was riding, and the electricity runs through the wire 7 days a week. So what they did was they decided to build trolley tracks outside the cities, and build a small destination, sometimes by a lake or an ocean, so you can cool off. They would add a bandstand for some music. A very popular item at early trolley parks was bear pits. A lot of trolley parks would bring in a bear, so you can view a bear. That was very common. And then some early rides started coming in because they needed to make it interesting.
Yes.
You get bored after a while, so they used the same controllers and the electricity, and they started powering merry-go-rounds and roller coasters, and it was the birth of the American amusement park. There's still one in operation right here in Salem, New Hampshire. It's called Canby Lake Park, and that was built as a trolley park in 1902. So that was the whole idea. Probably the most
speed and
genius
that's the
thing
brake,
that the
or?
railways
Yeah.
did
Okay, yeah.
when they built these trolley lines out to the park
Uh-huh.
was a lot of trolley car companies were. So when I rode out to Canby Lake Park from Lawrence, Massachusetts, maybe about 10 miles, I'm riding out here, I'm like, oh, this is nice out here. It's open land, free, clean air. And, it'd be so nice to build a house right here. So the trolley car company bought the land, then I would buy a plot and build a house, and I could still take the trolley car into the city. So it was really the birth of the urban sprawl. Yeah. That was the whole idea. They bought a lot of the land along the trolley routes. I got a book at home when the elevator company in New York, the L's, the metal structure. Trains run on. I got a great picture of an L that was built in the Bronx. You know where the Bronx is? Above New York? Just an L running over a dirt road, farmland, nothing but farmland. Ain't crazy? To build an L with farmland? The whole idea was to build the L first, then sell the land, and start building. That's what made it attractive. So, it seems crazy today. Why would you build a structure like that out in the middle of nowhere? But the whole idea was to get that there first and then start developing.
Interesting.
We're clear bank. Do you want to stop at Gregoire's?
Sure. Yeah, they know the name.
Talbot, the family French families. They say that if all the families that moved from Quebec to here, or in the States, if they stayed in Quebec, the population would be the double as it is now.
Wow.
Or not.
Yeah, I would imagine.
The only functioning train?
No, we had about, earlier today there were about 4 or 5 cars out.
straight cars, those two plus this one.
Yesterday the open car, Connecticut open car, yesterday.
They still have a lot in the United States that are still working.
Oh, like
Some cities,
rail.
rail or electrical bus or.
Yeah, there's, well, Boston still has both streetcar, subway, what we call the electric bus with the poles, we call that trackless trolleys. We still got that in Harvard Square in Cambridge. Still got those.
We tried there's back to work.
They got the trolley buses in Vancouver, yeah.
That's strange because when we had the corner of the street, nothing's run. Islands, completely silent.
Yeah, San Francisco has the trolley bus too. And
The one you see every time,
well, San Francisco had streetcars, cable cars, subway, and the trolley bus.
If you want to see something special, in Quebec they're planning to do it's like a suspended railway, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's going to be an electric motor with a rail between Quebec and Quebec City and Montreal.
Oh, wow.
And this will be like in Disneyland, you know, the one that's suspended.
Yeah. Wow.
It's going to be a very nice project. They're planning to do it in a few years.
Oh, wow.
If they have money.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at Toronto. Toronto still has 12 streetcar lines,
Oh, yeah.
and now they're going to be building a new streetcar line that most of it's going to be underground on Eglinton Avenue.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
It's funny because we're going back. It's not. It's Back to the Future, and you know,
Yeah.
we're going back to the electric cars and things like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because
You know,
of the
in
environment.
Montreal, what does stop the trolley bus was a GM company.
Yeah, General Motors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were the killer of a lot.
Yeah. And now they want to have back.
Yep. Well, GM doesn't even make buses anymore, so.
No. Yeah, I think they do this. They do. They call them MTI company or something. It's GM owned, I think. They do
Oh,
some.
wow.
They still do some bus, I think. And we have one near their home in Montreal. It's Volvo.
Nova Bus.
Nova Bus, but
Oh,
it's
yeah.
owned by Volvo.
Yeah, the Novas.
One
yeah.
of my friend works there.
Yeah.
He's designer. He's designing the
Yeah.
new buses.
The trolley buses that Boston just retired a few years ago were built by Flyer Industries
Oh, yeah.
of Canada.
Uh-huh.
Well, here at Gregoire's Crossing, this was one of the farms that this trolley line operated
Take a picture
through.
of this.
And of course, Gregoire was is French,
Oh,
and they
thanks.
the family still owns this land. It's a seventh generation.
Okay.
They've been here a long time. And back when the trolley was running in the teens and 20s, John Gregoire would come out here
Thanks.
and actually flag the trolley down. And he took a job up in the mill in Biddeford-Saco.
Okay.
So he owned the farm here, but he saw an opportunity to make some extra money, and he was able to take the trolley and go to Biddeford-Saco and work in the mill as well.
Okay.
And that's what the trolley lines did for these farmers out here. Can you imagine, for 200 years you're stuck on this farm, and now all of a sudden you have an opportunity to go out and hop on a trolley car and actually go somewhere and you can do something else. There wasn't much of a way to get around up here in Maine, especially when it snowed, you know, back at the turn of the 20th century.
Is that the jump seat for the driver?
Yeah.
Very comfortable. Very comfortable, eh?
I'm not going to say, I don't like it. It's too hard. It's too hard.
Hey, you have a little British accent too, eh?
No, this is my American accent. You ready?
Yes.
Ready to go.
Yeah, we have a picture of about 5 years ago. Norman Gregoire passed away. He was great. He was one of the people that owned the farm here, and he was very active. He was the only one from that whole family that became active at the museum. He came down here every day, helped out the shop. When we were extending this right away back in the 80s, he actually caught thieves there was people that came out here, they tried to take the ties, had them all laid out, but no rail on them yet. They were just laying out on the ground, and he caught them. There was people trying to steal the ties, and he caught them, yeah. He was very, very nice guy. We have a picture of him down in one of our buildings.
Oh, yeah.
We loved him. He was a very nice guy. Yeah, it goes back to the rail to the power station.
What's the tolerance of the rail? There must be a tolerance for the space between the two rails. Might be 1 inch or no, there must be a tolerance.
Yeah, well, for the power to get back to the power station, all the rails have like a little bond, and that's where the power transfers from rail to rail to rail.
You have to measure the rails every year to make sure they don't.
Yeah, we have it looks like a long stick with two things on the end, and you stick it in between the track to make sure that there's no.
What's the difference? The maximum difference, like you can tolerate?
Probably, I would probably say, I've heard him say if it's like quarter of an inch, it's okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know, or
Well, the trees, when it treats, it goes.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, this isn't perfect track, trust me, but.
No, that's fun. I'm very happy we came here to try this. In the past, man, we jumped to the bike.
Oh, okay.
Nice with the suit and everything.
Yeah, I'm just a tour guide, but I won't dress up like that. I'll roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was up in Canada a couple weeks ago, I spent, being up in New Brunswick, and Prince Edward Island, I saw all the signs that are just like the signs on our Montreal streetcars. They say sorting and what's the one for the sorting for exit? S-O-R-T-I-E. I mean, exit, right? Yeah. I saw those and one for I saw that in Prince Edward Island too.
Beginning to have some electrical bus over batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Quebec City there are small ones, and in Montreal they have one inside. You don't have to make totality, it's 100 miles you can do before the batteries get discharged. But that's the beginning. Everywhere we go, we can walk by the big warehouse there.
Yeah, if you want a tour, I can give you a tour.
Something good.
Okay. Alright. This is where we can go for the tour.
Good. Thank
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have fun.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
It was a nice ride.
Yeah.
Nice ride, yeah.
Fais pas ton plaisir.
All the bus here will be repaired or?
Eventually.